Hello, dear Leo, and welcome to your September 2021 tarot readings with me. If you're new to my channel, dear Leo, I suggest you please do subscribe so that you're notified every time I release a new video. Dear Leo's Sun, Moon, and Rising. Before we start, I would like to tell you is that this month is going to be rather challenging for Leos, as if the energies are really here going to test you this month of September. I would say this month, yeah, and it's just a month, yeah, and it's just a passing phase. So those Leos who are not wanting to hear anything which is a bit challenging or things like that, I tell you, don't watch it, okay? Otherwise, I would say watch it and overcome it, and I would really like you to prove my reading wrong for this month. So let's get started for the Sun, Moon, and Rising Leos. Well, here you see, at the beginning of the month, I am seeing that no matter what kind of obstacles arise for Leos, they will be able to overcome those obstacles. There is lots of force and determination in the Leos in the first week. This energy is going to help you to overcome any kind of roadblocks that have been put on your path so far. And I'm seeing that Leos will do a very good job as far as overcoming some obstacles is concerned. It's not that there will be an absence of problems or challenges, but I'm seeing that the Leos will overcome these challenges and rapidly they will come back to their balance. If there was a kind of a sticky situation or difficult situation, then they will try to get things balanced in the very efficient and a good way. This is what I'm seeing for Leos, be it in the administrative sector, be it personally, be it professionally. They will have all it takes to triumph over difficulties in the first week. This is what I'm seeing for Leos, and they will have a certain kind of determination, that will, that I am going to overcome this hurdle. I have the strength and I will make it. Yes, this is what I'm seeing for the first week, and it's a very good energy card. This is, I'm seeing as if this is like God sent help or a kind of a divine intervention, which is helping you to overcome certain obstacles on your path right now. And then we are going to the second week. And in the second week, I'm seeing that Leos are going to have a headache regarding some kind of paperwork. There is a lot of paperwork, some things related to papers, maybe medical papers, administrative papers, your visa papers, migration papers. Some kind of paperwork thing is seen over here, and that seems to be rather preoccupying, yeah. And it really seems as if the Leos are going to be a bit burdened by this kind of administration stuff. Those Leos who are dealing with some kind of court cases need to be very careful this month. I would almost say that go for postpone the dates of certain I would say that this month is not very favorable for any kind of court case, whatever it is. Just get your advocate to postpone the dates for the hearings and things like that, okay? Because the second week I'm seeing that there will be some kind of things related to your court papers also, where some kind of things are missing, some elements are missing for some Leos, and that creates a problem. And for some of the Leos, I also see that it is just not anything really bad, but just that there is so much of paperwork to do that they are getting tired with all that process. They are like, oh, let us delegate it to somebody else, So there's a lot of, like, it's very tiring to do all the paperwork, isn't it? Like, unless you really, really want to sit for hours and get it all sorted out, then once it's done, it's done. But otherwise, I'm seeing that for certain Leos, this is going to be quite a trying time, handling all those important papers. And for my dear student Leos also, I would like to tell you is that don't be keep all your notes and everything very well. If on your computers, back up all the files and all. Maybe you can just lose a file of your important study papers, or those who are doing a research, or all the thesis and all, just store it, just safeguard it, just back it up, okay? Or yeah, I mean, like that you are not in for a trouble, and like that you don't lose your data. All right. And for some of the Leos, I'm also seeing that some Leos can get into some kind of a court case also, due to, maybe it can be related to some people who just want to create trouble for you. Sometimes you have bad neighbors also, so those neighbors can create a kind of a hassle, and some of them can also have these kind of problems. So just refrain from any uh, risky matters, I would say. Take calculated risk this month, my dear Leos, okay? Then we go to the third week. And the third week, you seem to be bothered about something, my dear Leos. You seem to be a bit, I feel that as if it's not about you, but it's somebody in your family who is maybe not keeping well, or maybe they are somewhere away from you, and they are having some kind of a issue, okay? It can be work related issue, health related issue, or sentimental life related issue, and that is really bothering you over here wherever you are, and they are in another place somewhere. So you're not like, you are a family, but somewhere a distant relative or a relative of yours, how do you say, next to kin, somebody like that, is going to have some problems most probably, and because of that you're worrying for them, and they have asked your help most probably, and because of that you are wondering, now how am I supposed to help this person? I am here, the person is there, and how are we going to get these things sorted out, so it's taking much of your time and energy. My dear Leos, I would like to tell you something, is that do what is in your reach, okay? Whatever is in your reach, do it. But what is not in your reach, what you cannot help, what's the point in worrying about it? Instead, start finding solutions, start finding, most probably you must be having some friends who are close to that place or close to them, and how you can help them, indirectly also you can help them without being there. Most probably you're in a lockdown, and you cannot go somewhere, and because of that also can create is this feeling of longing for a person, but you cannot see them, and that creates a kind of a low morale for some of the Leos. This is what I'm seeing. All in all, I'm seeing the third week's energy, you need to take care of your health, because worrying for someone is going to create problems for yourself, okay? So your well-being comes first, because when you are healthy, then you can help people. If you yourself are in a mess, how are you going to clear up the mess for others? Right, my dear Leo? So take care of that. You have to make yourself the first priority in the third week. And when you are feeling fine inside of you, then you can be a shoulder to cry on for somebody else, or then you can be somebody's strength, my dear Leos. So please do that. And in the third week, some of the Leos can have a news about somebody not keeping well, so some kind of worry is seen for Leos in the third week. And as I told you, my dear Leos, don't let it affect you, okay? Worrying is something we all do, of course, but it can be a very easy escape from finding troubles. Oh, I'm worried. Oh, I'm stressed. But then where are we going with all this? Where are we going? We are going nowhere. We are just sitting there, and we are spoiling our health, and we are actually giving the energy of making bad to worse by just worrying over something. Instead, we can say, okay, fine, this is the problem now. How am I supposed to deal with it? How can I solve it now? Yeah. So try to write down the points, like what are the ways, do the brainstorming, most probably with your other family members. How can we do, what can we do to get out of this now? Yeah. And so try to, work out solutions. Yes. Instead of getting into that shadow part, just look at the light and try to follow the path of light, because this is where the solutions are, okay? If you look into the darkness, then you are just going to fall into the darkness, and that will, even if a small thing becomes a really big thing there, while when you look at the light, you will find your solutions. and you will get more clarity, and that will make you even more confident to deal with other things. And then we go to the last week of September, and I see that some kind of news which is not very heartening or not very encouraging or motivating comes your way in the last week. A kind of a disagreement can come between you, can exist between you and your loved ones at this point of time. Somebody very close to you and you get into a fight or a word argument, a heated discussion, exchange of opinions that is really, really heated can happen. You give them a nice piece of your mind for the mess that they have created for themselves and are trying to create it for you. So you are in that kind of a mood, like a punching, you want to punch someone. This is the kind of mood for Leos in the last week. I thought you roared, but now you are ready to punch, my dear ones. Yes, come on, let's punch. Yes, so this is going to be the last week's energy, and I'm seeing that I feel that there is some kind of delay in your projects. Okay, so even if there is no punching happening here, it's just you feel like punching something or a punching bag for real, because there is a kind of a delay energy in the last week in your projects. You wanted to start something, you wanted to get something done by that time, but it's not happening. There is a delay, a blockage coming, a block coming, roadblock coming on that path, and because of that you're like, I wish this was completed in this month. But then in the last week, what is happening is that you have to learn to be patient now. From the beginning to the end, you have come a long way. You have learned a lot of things along this 4 weeks. So in the fourth week, why, give away your energy for something which is not in your hands? Right? When something is not in your hands, just surrender. It's like sitting in the plane, unless you know how to fly the plane. When you are in the plane, it's like that. You have to just surrender. You can't do anything. You can't jump out of the window. You can't do anything. You just have to sit and surrender it all to the pilot. No matter what the weather is, whatever it is, you have to know, okay, I trust the pilot. The pilot will take me back home nicely. Yes? So that's the way you have to be in the last week. You just surrender when there are those blocks, because it's not in your hands to move things faster, okay? The time is going to be the best answer for certain questions that you're carrying, for certain problems that you have encountered lately, my dear Leos. And I also see that you need to be very, I would say, very careful when you speak to somebody in the last week, because what can happen is that because the roaring nature is going to be so high at this point of time in the last week of September for some of the Leos, is that they might almost create a pain for themselves. It's like, when somebody gets angry and they just take their knuckles and they just kind of hit the wall. What happens? The wall is not getting affected, but your knuckles are really hurt. So this can happen with you. You would want to be aggressive with someone who is very provoking, who wants you to react in a very negative way, like that they are quietly doing it, and your aggressivity is seen. This is what happens usually. The person who speaks, the truth comes, like people feel, okay, this is the person who is doing it all, but the one who is quietly doing it all, nobody sees that. Yeah, it's like a poisonous snake coming and biting, and the person who is bitten starts screaming and is in pain, or the worst come to us. It's like that. So don't fall a prey, don't fall a victim to these kind of very silent provocations of someone. Because what is going to happen is that you are going to raise your blood pressure, you will fall sick, you will hurt yourself. Don't need to do that. Understand their game much before, my dear Leos. Be it in your sentimental life, be it in your professional life. Just be very, very careful about how you are reacting to criticism, to sarcasm of somebody, or to those silent provocations of someone. Don't let them win, my dear Leo. That is what I would like to suggest to you. But you know what I'm feeling when I see all these cards? I say this, the starting of the month is with all these swords. And when we see the other cards, there are not so many swords, right? So, what do you have at the beginning? What is God giving you? What is the divine handing over you in the first week? Many, many swords of defense. So, you really now, the king and the queens need to fight their own battle, and they have been provided with divine guidance to go through that month with lot of vigor, lot of strength, and lot of positive energy inside of them. Is that okay? Come what may, I have a lot of swords. Yeah, there are just two swords, but I have 10 swords to counter attack. All right, and my attack is going to be silent, dignified, and to the point. Yes, so be like that, my dear Leos, this month, and know that when you surrender things in the hands of the divine, miracles happen. Really, when you push too hard, the doors that don't want to open, that means that's not for you. Why are you trying so hard? Why are you hurting yourself? Don't do that. If some job opportunity hasn't worked out, job interview hasn't worked out, it is for your own good. Right now you will feel that, oh, what, I lost such a nice opportunity. Oh, I gave one or two interviews and the third one somebody else bagged that seat, but it was good for you. It was good for you, because sometimes what happens is that you get the best thing at that time, like, oh, even if it is so many doors are closed and still you achieve it, but later in during the long run you might face some problems because of that. So you have to take care of that, my dear Leos. You have to know that whatever is coming, let it come, whatever stays, let it stay, and whatever goes, let it go. Have that attitude this month, my dear Leos. So thank you very much for listening, and I know you will handle this month very successfully. I mean, when I saw the cards, I was like, wow, how am I supposed to tell them all these swords? Oh, it seems to be a bit difficult. But then I said, who am I supposed to announce this to? And I said to the Leos. And who are the Leos? Well, who are the Leos? They know what to do, and they know how to fight, and they know how to emerge victorious out of the fight. And because of that, they are the Leos. Yes, my dear Leos, you have to prove me right on what I believe about you and what you believe about yourself. You know it all inside of you. So never give up, all right? And make this month the most successful month of the year. Yes, my dear Leos. So I wish you all the best. And please do like, share, and comment. And I shall see you next month. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye. God bless. Bye.